Hey guys, it's Datamancer here, back again for some more iRacing. We got a new track today. We are now at the Okayama International Circuit. I don't know exactly where that is, but I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that it's probably in Japan. I've never driven this circuit, I've never seen this circuit. I don't know anything more than its shape. We're in the MX-5 today, and we'll be doing a race here in about half an hour, so I better get to learning pretty quickly. Like I said, never seen this circuit. I have no idea what I'm in for. So we're just gonna go ahead and drive and see what we're working with. Okay, I got an unsafe pit exit. I'm just gonna back out now because I'm playing that game. Okay, so pit exit is apparently a thing that I need to be worried about. I'm guessing stay within the white lines and I should be okay. I kinda thought I did, but I guess not. Maybe I cut over. I really wasn't, let's be honest, I really wasn't paying that much attention. Okay, so that's probably a third. This looks pretty tight. Okay, that's a double apex in second, yep. Oh, I like that corner. That's kind of an uphill, probably going to be in second as well. Oh yeah, that's a second. Okay, went way deep. Well, this will be fun. The entire track is done in second gear, it looks like. Another second. That might be a third there, and this is looking thirdish as well. Although only barely, but if there are any lights on the dash, one thing I've noticed about the gear ratios, if there are any lights lit up on the dash in third gear, you'd redline it in second. You'd be actually beyond red. You'd over rev the engine dropping into second, so let's go down to third. Okay. Well, that ain't it, but okay. It's something. Okay, double apex, double apex. Gotta remember that. And I really gotta get an well, that's an interesting corner that it comes into because you can kind of hit it fast because it goes out so wide. So that's probably gonna be an early apex type thing. Kind of hit the apex pretty neutrally there. Went a little past the track limits, but they didn't give me an off track. Coasted up the hill, catch a shitload of understeer. That's gonna be interesting to try to figure out what the hell happened there. Alright, yeah, third, if I get way over and see, I gotta get to the apex there, that was too fast. That corner's gonna take, I'm guessing, a whole ton of feel to figure out. Looks like we're doing approximately 1 minute laps. As usual, no brake distance boards. Okay, I shouldn't have gone into second there. That was a mistake. Okay, double apex. So we're actually going to try double apexes traditionally. It's about what I was looking for, although it was about 1,000 times slower than what I would have chosen. That was way too slow. I cut the wheel too hard. I got to remember that you can run out wide on that one. Here's a nice second gear. Have a look at the apex. Didn't quite get there. And that felt pretty nice. This one I'm starting on the inside of the corner, and I think it's totally screwing me up. And that corner, it seems like it ever so slightly tightens up, just a hair. This corner is flat? Yeah, it's pretty close to flat. At least until I get my speed up. Maybe if I get the exit to the other corner better. There we go. Okay. That third sector, as small as it is pretty straightforward. The first two sectors are a little bit more complex. But we have another at least 25 minutes or so to figure those out, so let's get down to business. I don't think getting to the apex in that corner is a reality. I also think second gear, entering that corner is too slow. So next time I do that corner, I'm going to enter in third, and whether or not I downshift for the second half of the corner is, like mid-corner, is going to be the next interesting question, I think. See the apex but don't actually get there. That seems like a common theme. Sometimes when the car wants to do something like that, you just let it and you go, well, If that's what the car wants, it's probably fast. There we go, I got the line on that. You got to be a little patient in that corner. Trying this flat for the first time. Yep, flat seems good. Down to third. See the apex, didn't quite make it, and the apex was too early. So that corner is going to require some work. Okay. I will say, very initial reactions. This is a pretty cool track. It's technical enough, and I really do enjoy a nice short track, so... Okay, there's third. See the apex. If I don't... I gotta get on the throttle earlier than that. That's just no good. Okay, I'm gonna try to enter this corner in third. Trail down to second. Oh, that felt close. That obviously wasn't it, but it's close. The concept, I think, is right. We're gonna enter in third. Trail brake all the way through. Drop into second when it makes sense to do so. That was late into the corner. I missed the apex entirely. Got a lot of wheel spin there. And then we're here. That's an early apex. That's no good. Okay. I kind of brought it back around, but obviously my time is not improving, so... Take a nice early apex there. That works good there. Here you really want to try to... There we go. Nice and late. And look at that. There we go. And look at all that speed. That's quarter of a second. It's more than that. And that is the last corner on the circuit, making it onto this lead straight, which makes it a very, very important corner to get right. Okay, we're in third. I actually found the apex that time. And I got all the way out using the whole track, but I was a little bit sluggish. Okay, we're going to do third, trail braking in. I need to push. It's not really a hairpin. It's sort of like a turn and then a really tiny straight and then another turn, and I'm not getting deep enough into that straight before I start cornering for turn 2. Oh jeez, gotta go into second for that. And then I come up to third and it's already too late. I might just bounce off the rev limiter until I get to this corner, because I don't think you want to do that corner in third. So okay, nice and easy, full speed. Ooh, shifting while sitting on that barrier just about put the car into a death slide. Once again, finding just tons of pace in that final corner, and that was even faster than the first time I got it right. That's going to be very much a slow in, fast out corner. Okay, too late in again. Yeah, unarguably. I almost said arguably, but no, that's definitely too late in, so we're going to take a deeper line now. Jeez. That's starting to become a bit complicated there. That corner is going to be the one that's going to take all the figuring, and I think that's probably one that's going to hold... Well, there's not a lot of time in that corner, because right after you're out of it, you're into the next corner, and so... Oh, okay. Accelerating on the barricades, or on the curbs, is a bad idea. Alright. A little lift is nice for stability, but it is slower. That's a pretty early apex. They will let me extend the track limit all the way out onto the lawn. I don't normally do that. I wouldn't necessarily advocate it per se, but doesn't seem totally off base. Okay, that was too early. See, I went in too late a couple times, and now I'm doubting myself, which is pretty understandable, I think. Okay, we're on the brake, we're down into second, and it just seems too soon. Now I'm up into third already for the entry to this corner, and look at the time. That's pretty sweet. I don't know how much of that time came from the first corner, and how much time came from the second. I gotta get the turn numbers down here. I went into third for stability, and it totally hosed the corner. I'm doing a lot of rear wheel sliding. The ass end is all over the place. Oh, this is an interesting track indeed. Okay. It is very easy to kind of get it wrong here. I haven't got the rhythm even close yet, and I have about 20 minutes to figure it out. Okay, that's a terrible braking situation because I was going so slow down the straight. I lost a buttload of time again. Somehow I did that faster when I didn't know what I was doing. Got another car in practice trying to battle me here, and if I'm being honest, I don't really want to battle right now. I should just let him go. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him go. He took sort of the attack line, and wow, he got all the way to the outside. Is that a hint? Do we take that as a hint? I'll give it a try. I don't usually, in a straight that short, I wouldn't normally do that. It causes so much weight shift in the car that the idea of getting a good turn in for the next corner is completely foreign. That occurs in some cars more than others, and especially in road cars. When I do my F1 cars, you can turn, you do whatever you want, the weight just doesn't... This might sound a little mad, but the weight just doesn't matter as much in F1 cars. They're so planted, you don't feel the weight shift as much. It's hard to describe to somebody, and it's not to say that it's not there at all, but it's just not in the same way. Alright, I'm in third. I had to get off the gas because I'm a chicken, basically. Okay, we're going to try to get to the inside here. Jeez, I mean, I'm in a full-on drift the whole way through. Third gear is absolutely not the right gear for that corner. It has to be second. I mean, I exit in mid-second, and I'm not going to exit any faster than that anytime soon. This actually requires brakes. It's not just a coasting corner. And my try-hard attitude, all that did for me was give me a bad exit speed. So, it's funny, the more I'm learning the course now, I'm seemingly making more mistakes, which probably means I'm overdriving. But that's sort of the balance, right? Like, you can't overdrive until you know what the baseline is. I mean, you can overdrive in the sense that you can say, wow, I overdrove that corner, but it's hard to go, I'm going to brake here and know that that's overdriving until you know what normal looks like. And right now, I just have no idea, so... Yes, I overdrove. I've been overdriving, but it's because I'm testing limits. I think in that regard, it's pretty acceptable. However, acceptable doesn't mean fast, so... We go all the way up to the red line, but we don't shift. Oh yeah, there we go. That was almost as quick as I've ever done it, which is to say that's bizarre to me that I can't find more pace. Yet. Can't find more pace yet. Oh my god. I don't know how to be patient for that corner. It requires Herculean patience. I mean, really, it does. Trying a completely different line for this corner. They let me extend the limits. I'm in third, but now it's way too far. They're never going to let me have that. And now I'm in danger. Okay. Jesus, this track. Okay, my initial reaction was this track's pretty simple. And now I'm over here going, this track's pretty complicated. Oh, I upshifted. Can't do that. Gotta keep it in gear. I'm surprised to say, yeah, this track is... kind of came out of nowhere on me. Oh, I'm getting pinged by people on Facebook. I hate to ignore him. He's one of my old friends. But, hopefully he'll understand when I explain why I didn't get back to him very quickly. It's cool that he's hitting me up. I haven't talked to that guy in a long time. Oh, shit. I'll just go with the old... Yeah, well, I mean, I'm seeing the questions, but I'm not, like, in a position to actually do anything with them. So it's pretty much the same as though I was away from my computer. For all intents and purposes, I was. I was in a Mazda in Japan. That was off track, so it means nothing. Now, what I always say, probably too much, you guys are probably sick of hearing it, is that comfort is comfort begets speed. And I gotta say, I do not feel comfortable here at all. I feel like I'm driving a brick around, and it's gotta be from overdriving. So let's just slow things down a little bit and see what kind of times we can get with some sort of different lines. Okay, that one I got a nice exit speed, but it doesn't do anything for me. Coming into second immediately here produces a fairly decent result, but not as fast. I don't think there's any other way to do that one. I get a little bit to the outside there, but not really as far as that other dude did. He kind of went ham. Alright. Fastest overall sector by just calming down a little bit, but it's going to be interesting when I'm racing too, because I'll be behind people, and surely some of them will know what they're doing and others won't, and you know, I'm going to qualify with the ones that don't, and that's really, really tough sometimes, because like when I don't know what I'm doing, I tend to just go slow, which is dangerous on track. I mean, I'm going below race pace, below what reasonable racers would expect reasonable speeds to be. But on the other hand, then there's the other hand. There's the other guys, and the other guys, when they don't know what they're doing, they crash a lot. They tend to crash into other racers because they don't have the racecraft ready. They tend to crash off the course, usually in the form of unforced errors. Damn it, got an odd upshift. That is aggravating as all fucking hell. Oh my god, that's too late to brake there. You gotta brake earlier. Okay, I have to brake earlier for that last corner. I have to brake more for that last corner. Well, maybe not more, but definitely earlier. About 10 minutes before race time, or before qualifying time. I gotta get this shit figured out. Alright. That's a little too slow. I was into third awfully early. And, okay, got a good exit there by being a little bit patient with the throttle. I think that's what did it for me. Nice and patient, nice and patient. And it wasn't fast. God dang it. And I was a guy harrying me on the inside. Get off of my bumper, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Oh, I'm in second. Jesus, why the heck was I in second? Alright, man. Wow. That's all I've got is wow. This is going to be... I'm going to lose iRating on this race. God, it seems like he broke so late there. It also doesn't seem like his line was particularly any better than mine. He's also doing a lot of sliding through there. Alright. Well, hey, just took a quarter second out. Fastest overall sector of the practice session. That's not for nothing, I don't think. I upshifted again, damn me. This isn't an F1 car. Like, that's the other thing, is I got really pampered and used to F1 cars where shifting basically cost you nothing. There was, if you wanted to upshift, drive for 3/4 of a second and then downshift again, it was like worth it. It still was good. This, with these road cars, which I need to get used to, I'm not trying to make excuses, it's just the reality of the situation. With these road cars, you really have to like choose when to shift, and sometimes it makes sense for at least a brief period of time to just run the rev limiter until you get where you're going. There we go. And off track, wow, they will give you an off track for even thinking about that grass. That's understandable because I looked down at my relative briefly and I saw green, so I know what that was quick, but it also cheating, so. Okay, I can't take... I almost said I can't take that corner that tight, and then it was the fastest overall, so maybe I can. Now I'm just not thinking. Alright. Well, I'm doing laps in the 1:02.9 area. I would not be surprised if a sub 1 minute lap was possible here. In fact, I'd be pretty surprised if it wasn't. I guess I broke too late. I don't know, man. I'm starting to get a little bit confused. Oh, hello. Motherfucker came out of nowhere. Alright. Well, let's drive behind Mr. 993 here. He takes it pretty to the middle, and then he comes all the way over, like they do. Now, you can be pretty early on the throttle, but man, you really... running wide is a reality there. You can do it flat there, but you gotta be right on the brake, get all the way over, and then on the gas, and look at that. I just took a quarter second out. That's what's up. Okay, so it's like as soon as you come out of that first corner, you've got to be immediately on the brakes for the second corner. And that's fine. Carnage. Second was not the right gear there. Basically, I think it's kind of a split brain thing. I'm kind of thinking about the race in one half, and then I'm listening to the RPM on the other, and I'm trying to make smart decisions with my shifting, mostly based on what I hear. And sometimes the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's thinking. That's just me. I don't think that's how race car drivers typically do it. I think they're usually more in tune with themselves. And eventually, once you have... that's a general rule that works generally pretty well. You know, it doesn't. That. But once you start doing a specific track, and you have a specific corner where you change the rules, then it just becomes memorization. You just remember, I have to remember to not shift, or shift early, or whatever. It's not like every single corner I'm going, okay, I have to go this far, then shift. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing that. Maybe that's exactly what... Well, I'm sure proper high-level race car drivers must be doing something similar to that, because the times are so tight, and they're so consistent. Right now, I guess I drive a little sloppy, where I just go, well, when the revs are high, shift. When the revs are low, shift. It's kind of that simple. If I'm on the brake and I hear the revs drop, I shift. And if the revs drop because of something weird that I've done, hang on. Distracted driving, folks, don't do it. It's illegal. It's legal in my state. Okay, so I totally just shunted that poor dude. I hope he doesn't hate me forever now. Pro tip, he already hates me. The race starts in less than 5 minutes, as I look up at the clock while driving. Remember what I said about distracted driving? Let's watch somebody else go around the track a couple times, just for the rest of this, because you know I think I've actually managed to confuse myself a little bit. What I want to do is go results. I'll click on Mr. Lynch. Yeah, he's fast, so let's find him. Let's go to cockpit view. This is not me driving. This is somebody else who's probably better than I am. Having a go at it. He's got damage on his car, that's probably from me. Man, he must be experimenting too, though, because he is going way too wide. Oh, and now he's off the track. He's pulling out, probably because he got damage. Are you going to drive? Nope. Who else? Peter Miller's got a good time. Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry. Good lord. He kind of does it like me. He kind of gets to the middle, he gets as outside as he can, but it's not really realistic. He's a lot more patient through the corner. I noticed he kept it much tighter, and then right at the end he smashes the gas and throws him to the outside and for like a perfect lineup. That's pretty good. Really patient with that corner, which I think I'm going to have to just learn how to be patient with that corner. Oh, Peter Miller, is he driving fast? Yeah, he's driving faster than I am. He's doing it in 101s. I'm missing his lap, which makes me feel kind of stupid. So I'm looking at that crap. Yeah, and Jim has a 1 flat. Oh, he did the upshift too, presumably accidentally. You really don't want to do that. There's no way in hell that's worth it, Miata. Alright. I do not have time for any more laps, so what we're going to do is we're trying to get an out lap and then 1 good lap in during the actual practice session. And then it'll be qualifying time. I'll do the best I can. Will I win the race? No. No, absolutely not. That was a 101.8. That's a good lap. That was a okay, that was a 102.5. Not fantastic, but not horrible either. Probably about as fast as I've ever done it. That can't be right. Well, he's backing out of it now. Yeah, that's why he backed out of it. These guys are just showing a lot more patience around these corners than I am. I can see that. And okay, that's about how I take that one, although not nearly as far to the right there. I usually try to let the exit spit me right onto the curb for the left-hander. I can try to keep in a little bit more for that. Though he's turning 104s, so this guy isn't even necessarily the fastest guy to be watching. He went up into third. He shouldn't have done that. That looked pretty good, at least given the circumstance. He should be flat there. He had a clutch in for a long time there. He was just holding that clutch in for ages, and he still ran wide. I'm not trying to talk shit. I don't know this track either. Just dissecting his lap a little bit. He doesn't necessarily deserve that. He didn't ask for this. That was a 1 minute flat. So maybe I should shut up, because that apparently was very quick. Alright, here we go. I am entering the 3-minute practice session that precedes qualifying. My goal here is to get a decent outlap in and then do as much of a lap as I can before the checkered flies and I get ripped off of the stage forcibly. I just want to get 1 more lap in and try to feel things out. I want to try based on what I saw there, I'm seeing patience. I want to see if it works. I want to see where it works for me and where it doesn't, because, you know, not everything works for everyone. I think that's something most people understand at this point. I don't know, I'm slow to accelerate there. That was dumb. Doesn't take many black flags before you become entirely paranoid about breaking those kinds of rules. Ooh, too early into second. Need to do second mid-corner. See, and I don't really go all the way. Well, there you go. Look at that, though. That's already faster. And that's on cold tires. Look at that. Jesus. All someone had to say was patience. I'm functionally capable of being patient. It's just not something I'm very good at. Look at that. There you go. I'm not going to win the race with that lap time either, but... Well, it's not a lap, it's a practice lap. I should have been in second there, and I just totally boned myself for doing that. I waited nice and long to go into second. What do I gain and lose by doing that? What I lose is the engine braking. If I go into second as early as I can, I get more engine brake. The braking becomes a little bit easier, a little bit stronger. I like engine brake. I like to use it a lot. What I lose, or what I gain by waiting that long, is stability. Okay, good to know that guy's trying really hard to do the pace that he was just doing to fucking beat me. Because I don't feel like I'm trying very hard to keep up with him. And look at that, there's another 2/10. Okay, there's plenty of time left to be learned here. Nice and patient, on the gas. Look at that. I was getting flustered. I knew my time was running out. It was making me nervous. It was making me kind of panic. But there you go. There's a lap. There's my fastest ever. And we'll wait for qualifying to start. Alright, sorry. I'm on children duty at the moment, so yes, I can race a race car and manage the kids. They're pretty self-managing, but anyway, hopefully no more interruptions. We are in qualifying mode, where the points actually matter. I can't be going off track now. This is my out lap. We're just going to do this one nice and easy. And you just straighten the wheel out a little bit there. Come in like that. Up into third while you're on the curb, maybe? I mean, I'm driving slow and I'm already picking up time. That's kind of... not picking it up, but I mean... I was talking about it earlier, like, oh, I didn't find the apex. Well, no big deal. Generally, that's not true. There are exceptions. There are every corner, you can find exceptions to that rule where, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, hang on, I gotta do this corner right. Too fast. Too fast. But not horrible, but too fast. Alright. Yeah, there's sometimes exceptions to not hitting the apex, but generally, you want to hit the apex. So... I think I was overdriving. Okay, first lap. All we're trying to do is get one in the books. Nice and clean. Jeez, I just nailed that sector, or that corner. I like the sector's just one corner. Oh, I fixed that all with steering. I kept my foot on the floor, and that's why I'm cruising right now, but that was scary. God, it feels weird not to shift there, but I just picked up more time. You tell me. Do I shift, hold down the accelerator for half a second, then downshift, or, yeah. Ugh. Well, okay, we'll do that last corner better, but that's one for the books. That is a clean lap. It's also going to be my fastest overall. I don't think it's very fast. And that one's dirty. This lap's dirty already. No, it's not. They let me have that. That was kind of them, but it's not going to matter because now I'm not going to be able to improve. Let's give it a try anyway. Holy shit, half a second. God, you gotta bomb that corner. I just nailed that corner like a brick shithouse because it's lap 2 of quals and I go pretty hard. Well, I just lost so much stability goofing around with the shifting there. That was a personal error. I don't know if that necessarily means strategically it doesn't make sense, but that definitely messed me up, and I will not be doing that during the race. And is that faster? I'm trying to do math. That's close to faster. Yeah, that is faster, isn't it? Yep, 102 flat. New fastest lap overall. Could have been so much faster had I not screwed up. But, bygones. Where are we at? Oh my god, we are qualifying poorly, my friends. Wow. Okay, for the uninitiated, we have about 4 minutes until race time. Go grab yourself a refill on a beverage. I'm not going anywhere, there's nothing else going on. I'm just going to sit here and wait for 3 more people to stack up ahead of me and put me in last place. I am currently qualified last of people who have qualified. That, I gotta say, that hurts my pride a little bit. Peter Miller, though, only barely out-qualified me. No, that's not true. He almost out-qualified me by a second. I'm sorry, I know how to read. This pace is not acceptable for the level of people I race, it seems. So I'm gonna have to do some studying. There we go. There's another crap time from somebody who probably shouldn't have been posting crap times, which is what I feel about myself. Even his crap time, though, is half a second better than mine. There's some corner in here. I'm guessing it's like one corner that I'm just doing so absolutely wrong. That's how it tends to be when you're seeing that kind of discrepancy. It's like, if you only did that one thing differently, you'd gain so much time. Some know, because I did not take time, I did not do any off-track. What? Let's give him a what? I don't know what that means, man. If you're trying to tell me something. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. People know different languages. English isn't everyone's first language, and that's understandable. But you gotta try to clear it up a little bit more. Clean it up just a little bit more than that. I don't know what that means. If I'm supposed to, that's not helpful. Me using meme language instead of actual English probably didn't help him either. But, whatever. Well, those guys have not posted their times yet. There's only a minute and a half left. I know some guys like to be all cool guy about it and wait for a minute before they kick off a time. And these guys could be doing that, but that's honestly kind of derpy. I wish people wouldn't do that, but it doesn't matter, because even if everyone qualifies, we still wait the entire period of time before the race starts. I think I've only ever had one time where everybody posted times for a race, like, period. There's always somebody who manages to not qualify in the level that I play at, which is a little ridiculous, but it is what it is. And even then they did that, and we all sat there and waited 3 minutes. It didn't mean a thing, so. So the strategy for this race, first off, goals. If I have to set a goal, it's top 5. The problem is top 5, there are 4 drivers sitting in between me and top 5, which is surmountable, but only barely. Especially given that these guys have... I just set my fastest lap during qualifying, and it's a half second off pace. That is concerning. Not to mention that Marcos is almost surely faster than I am. Jeffrey may very well be. I could be at the back of the pack very quickly. Now, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. My general goal for the race is, for one, finish the race. I always try to finish the race. That's my primary goal in any of them. Number 2 is to try to get into the top 5. And if nothing else, the top 7, given that I'm the 7th highest iRacer. In reality, I shouldn't lose too much iRating for getting 7th. Those are my goals. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we're gridding up now. Once everyone grids up, the race begins. Or it begins in 2 minutes if people go that slow. People who do not click grid start in the pits. Seems like I'm racing some folks from Mexico, probably. If only because time zones and everything. I doubt I'm racing people from Spain. Although, for all I know, they're from South America. Or they could be from North America. I mean, we have plenty of Spanish-speaking individuals in our nation. Nation, as in North America is a nation. Sorry, Canada. No, in the United States. It's all certainly possible. Just seems like a fairly high concentration, which makes me wonder. Anywho, their language of choice is not really my concern. Yes. Attempting to pass is the universal language. Crashing into somebody is also universal. I'm nervous. I'm pretty nervous. This is going to be hard. I barely know this track when I'm alone. Doing a track when there's other people on and trying to do corners like too wide and stuff, it's a completely different feeling. And it's not something you can really do until you've tried it. Alright, here we go. Wish me luck. I'll do what I can. 15 laps at Okayama. Here we go. That was a fucking terrible start. That's right up there with my worst starts of all time. That was just horrifying. Okay, I'm not trying to get into a melee here. Pinging off the rev limiter. Really driving like crap right now. Chilly tires in the first lap. We all got to be very aware of that. Oh man, I'm obviously not carrying the speed these guys are. Alright. That's not bad though. At least we're on their bumpers. Oh jeez. It's about to get really freaking crazy, isn't it? I'm going to follow him up the inside. Okay. Just leave me no room whatsoever. That's always an option, I suppose. I don't really know. I don't know whose fault that was. That could have been my fault. It felt very much like he squeezed me. I can't be certain, though. I did take 4 points of incident for that one, though, because it was a pretty substantial hit. I hope his race is okay. I certainly wasn't trying to torpedo him. Honestly, I think he lost track of the fact that I was there. Which is pretty easy to do. Oh my god. Went way too deep. I'm losing a position on that one, and I deserve it. That was just filthy. I'm not going to stay in it with this guy. Whoa, he got a slow exit on that corner. All I could do is slow down for him. Damn. Now you're backing me up, bro. I upshifted. I gotta not do that. Okay, we're flat through here. Alright, he got that memo. There we go. I felt I was a lot later on the brakes than usual there. That felt pretty fast. This lap isn't going to be fast because he just stomped on the brake. That was a 103, yeah. He just killed the brake there. Stepped on it like he was trying to smash it into the ground. And I just don't know why. Maybe he got a big wiggle or something that I couldn't see because I was too close. Just wish he had wiggled out of the way. Not that it matters, I'm not even putting pressure on him anymore. Almost upshifted again. Yeah, almost upshifted again. I always get my shift directions backwards. Irritating. I always have to think about it. When the number goes up, it's an upshift. Car stopped on the left. That's what we need. but I am so far out of contention that I don't even get to capitalize on that. That's irritating, man. My pace is just not here right now. This is going to be an interesting week, because I think that I'm going to be able to improve my pace substantially. They didn't give me an off-track for that. That's brilliant. I love that they're at least being friendly about that. iRacing's notorious for being a bit schizophrenic about whether or not it wants to penalize you for... It's track by track, for sure. I'm glad to see this track is pretty friendly with the rules. Good lord, I screwed that corner up, and now I'm just getting burned. Put me with rookie. God, I could probably race the rookies. No, I like the competition. I just wish I wasn't the slowest. Oh man, I almost sneezed. I was trying so hard not to sneeze. I just don't want to close my eyes. Oh, what am I doing so wrong? If you guys are in live chat, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Oh my god. Okay. This race sucks. I'm sorry guys. I'm already pretty embarrassed here. This is going very, very terribly. There's Marcos, who presumably I destroyed. I can only assume that it was me that destroyed him, but I don't know that for sure. I'm sorry to subject you guys to this. This is pretty embarrassing for me. Well, I'm not 8, so apparently I didn't do anything wrong that time. How can I wreck anyone? They're all so far away. Exactly. God, 6.5 seconds. Wow. Sucks to suck. There's some good news. I only have to suffer through 10 more laps. I joke around. I'm obviously having a fucking miserable race, but this is actually a pretty cool track. I'm excited to learn it. I'm very excited to figure out what the hell I've done. Got an off track there. I knew we already found that out in practice. They'd give you off tracks for that. I'm very interested to find out what the hell I'm doing so horrifyingly wrong. It's gotta be... Oh, jeez. It's gotta be something simple. At this point, I'm just overdriving every single corner. Yep, there's another corner overdriven. This guy's just gonna take the nastiest line in the world and still overtake me. I just gotta give him the position. It's not even a position. It's not even a pass for position. He's just... God almighty. Okay. This is what it looks like when I do bad. I know that car's a lap down. He just passed me. I'm just trying to be patient and not overdrive the damn corners. God, I almost put it in the grass again. I really like to put it in the grass there, and that is off tracks every time. I didn't get one that time. I was very, very close. There is sort of an instinct to racing where you put somebody, a racer, on like a track they've never seen or been on and have them do a couple laps, and really, really good instinct drivers will get it like right away. Race car drivers, those kinds of guys, can sort of just look at a track and go, oh yeah. I think a lot of that's experience. I think there's a certain innate ability to it as well. And I would admit, and this may seem a little bit conceited, and I'm not trying to be, but I thought I had pretty good instincts, maybe coming into iRacing, that I could look at a track and sort of analyze good lines. Maybe I can analyze good lines, but they might not be the optimum line. When I've read all the theories, I understand most of the theory behind, you know, how to take a corner. I think they're being applied fairly well here. Like this should be a fairly early apex, although it seems like I tend to mid it a little bit. This needs to be a fairly late apex. because you want really good exit speed. But I mean, I went out, I was doing 104s and 103s and thinking, okay. And then I do a 102 flat, and that seemed pretty quick. If I'm being dead honest. That seemed, when I drove it, it took some doing to get it to go that fast. And that is apparently 2 entire seconds off the pace. And that bothers me. Not like, oh, that shouldn't be. It intrigues me, but it's like a puzzle. It's like a really annoying fucking puzzle. I gotta figure out what it is. But stay tuned, because I will be racing this track all week. This is how I spend my free time, for the most part, nowadays, is racing. And right now, the race series, the only race series I'm participating in at the moment is the MX-5 Cup. One of these days, I'm going to buy the Skippy and start participating in that. Money is a little tight right now. Oh, fucking hell. So it's not so much the car itself, but it's all the tracks. I really at the moment, like, to buy the car and all the tracks for the Skippies for me right now is about $150. Which, by the way, thanks iRacing. Nothing ludicrous about that. And oh, and thank you so much for the 10% discount for buying 6 very, very expensive items. That's just super. Wrong gear. I miss Phoenix. Can we go back to Phoenix? Oh my god. I'll race Phoenix the rest of my damn life. No, I won't. I gotta learn new tracks. That's, honestly, I find learning new tracks fun. I find racing on new tracks frustrating at times. Like, for instance, right now. He's just getting away from me. I mean, that's insane. I'm trying. And now when I try, it just means go deep ass into the corner. Nothing that even approximates a quick line. I tried that corner a little differently than I usually do it. By skipping the first apex point. They don't give me a relative. Oh, I can't have a relative. At this point, this is training, so I might as well have the relative up. Oh my god. Oh, please, please, please. I am 30 seconds out from getting lapped. Thankfully, that isn't going to happen, assuming I don't full-on crash. I'm also not in last place. It's also worth noting that I am not in last place. I believe I'm in second to last, or maybe third to last. I'm in third to last. I'm in 10th of 12. And that was part of my thing earlier where I said I want to do the whole race. I knew there would be people that would crash, especially on the first day of a new track. And I'm here to capitalize on their failures. Or mistakes, or whatever you want to call them. I'm not trying to be judgmental, I'm just looking at the situation for what it is. Wow, that is not the fast way to do that. So saith my relative. Anything 6/10 slower than what I do is fucking slow, so... Oh, mother of God. Okay. I will openly admit that's probably not fast, but I don't know what else to do. It's right in between gears. I can't adjust the gearbox. I don't fuck around with gear ratios. I don't. In any game. In almost any scenario. But for this car and this track, if I could, I would. I would make second a half an iota taller, just so I could stay on the gas. I don't know. For all I know, I'm going to crack open a tutorial video. So I'm going to have to watch a video on this one. I will admit that I never actually went out and actively seeked out a video on how to do Phoenix fast. The only thing I had close to that was when we raced the Alien, and I saved the replay so I could rewatch his lap a couple times, which I did. That was about halfway through the week, and I was already racing pretty close to my fastest pace. And that was pretty fun. This is going so far beyond my way I think it would be a mistake to not ask the question, what am I doing wrong? Because clearly something isn't right. But let's just get through this. I'm not going to win them all, and dear God, I didn't win this one. It's kind of a tardy upshift, and then man, that corner it feels like maybe it could be taken flat. And that's an important corner because there is a big straightaway. Now, granted, it's a straightaway up a hill, but I don't know if that's actually relevant to the conversation. The fact that it's up a hill shouldn't matter. Everyone's going to go up the hill. I guess it just means it won't make for as much relative time increase. But oh my God, that's an off track. I really don't need to be picking up. The least I could do is get a decent safety score for this fucking race, and I've got 6 incidents, which means I'm not even going to get that. We will watch a replay of the guy that I wrecked, or that we came together in lap 1, and somebody is at fault. And we will attempt to assign fault if it's there, and write it off as a racing incident if we believe that it isn't, because we are mechanic, driver, and FIA all in one.
Seriously, dude.
Looks like it got a little hairy there at the end. Yellow flag. Who am I gaining on? Nobody.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot. Racing for 9th freaking place and you get a dump somebody. Good race, Brett. Heck yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, there's my 9th place. Driving away.
That was bullshit.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry,
well, guys, I'm a bit sorry. That wasn't the best race I've ever had. I like to bring you guys better racing than that, but it can be hard. Alright, let's watch a replay of the first lap. After my horrifying start, which just really was it's like an omen. It's like foreshadowing just how bad this was going to go. I was trying to be patient. I got no bonus points for being patient. My lines at this point look identical to everyone else's, so that's great. Here we go. That's not me. All right, here. Let's do it again. I want to be sure. He's way over here. I'm way over here. Now, we're going to go too wide. So, question and answer time, folks. Who gets the inside line and who gets the outside line? There is also a question of dive bombing because I'm way back here and he's way up here. But in my eyes, and I think in the eyes of anybody who's seen any of these laps, that's so far offline that you can barely even consider him to be properly in the corner anymore. He should be in full recovery mode. And by the time we get to here, look how he's got the car angled. Right now, he's following this guy. And if you'll notice, this guy left plenty of room for this guy. No big deal. But nope, now the attitude of the car is fully onto the inside line. He is now, for whatever reason, following this guy. Still, the question of dive bombing remains. Did I shoot it up the inside too hard? I'm not really side by side with him.
The way I see it is you turned in on me once I got the inside there.
At this point, I also can see him sort of straightening out, and I'm trying to keep to the inside. Look at this. I am well on the inside. He did straighten out the car. My hunch is he realized I was there. He didn't know I was there. He found out I was there the hard way. He may have even had a little bit of oversteer that he was correcting for. And that's that iRacing collision detection for you. Oh, I just jumped away from it. That's that iRacing collision detection. He really didn't even technically touch me. Nothing I can... What the fuck are we doing? I don't know what else to do, but say I don't feel like I dive bombed. At full speed, it looks even more egregious to me. And I'm biased. I was driving this car. He was driving that car. I'm biased to think that this car was not in the wrong. It's hard to know. But it looks like he turned into me. I'm officially not going to feel bad about that crash. I'm going to call it, at best, a race incident. At worst, I would imagine it's his fault. But I guess he might imagine it's my fault. So I guess if I have to be that neutral about it, it was a racing incident. There's nothing else to say. I'm not going to feel bad about it, though. That's just racing, and that's sometimes what happens. The rest of my race I'm going to feel horrible about, because that was a fucking travesty. I will be back a different time, hopefully with a different result, one that doesn't suck nearly as badly. And I hope to see you all there. Have a good night.